Hello. Oh, I was just going here for this. Yeah, I got in time.
Finally found it!
Uh,
Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
are we not gonna just explain how Paimon's swimming with us, first of all? I thought she wasn't good at swimming. And second of all, how she's able to speak? Huh? She's able to speak and breathe underwater and she doesn't even have a vision. What's going on here? Okay, I guess we're just gonna skip over that, explaining that. Well, they don't want it to stand out. Yes, but I'm sure what we find inside will be extraordinary.
Ah, you're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
I mean, is she allowed to? Because, I mean, she's not like his lawyer or anything. Or attorney. Maybe they agreed to it. Like, they agreed for us to be Lenny's attorney. I didn't think it was that simple to be someone's attorney, but okay.
It would appear that I must
Whoa.
repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia.
I'm actually seeing what's happening here. That's cool. I was scared that we're gonna miss most of the stuff.
Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
I don't know why I find it so funny. He's just sitting there on his own, just like, huh? How'd I get involved in this?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right?
Oh shoot, we didn't think about this. Oh, we should have thought about this with Tartaglia. Oh shit. I mean, he has a duel with her anyways, right? Scheduled soon.
In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right?
Bro, how did we not see this coming?
I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Oh, so they did spar? I wanted to know. I wanted to see that.
Hey, don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
They do not know child well.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House.
So how about you fight me, he's gonna say.
Then why don't you duel me too?
I knew it.
I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
Oh, bro, he's gonna die.
No. That's not what I meant.
I didn't expect it to react like that. She's obviously not like a fighting Archon.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
Because she was right last time.
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
You know, after the conversation you guys just had, like, not so long ago you'd think you would be a little bit more tolerant. But at the same time, it is his job.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics?
Oh.
We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
Marcel!
And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
The Traveler's just gonna come in, like, last minute with the evidence, and then Tartaglia's, like, so ready to fight, and we're just gonna come and he's like, gosh dang, I was so close to fighting with him. Like, the most ungrateful, innocent person we'll ever see, probably.
Oh. A young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway, so I'll take you up on that offer.
Oh, dang, okay.
So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
It's not too impulsive, that's good.
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Ah! Okay. I think we agreed on Marcel, right? Where is it? There we go. Marcel!
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere! Huh? What Confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
Okay, well I guess it must not be true then.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Oh gosh.
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing...
Yes.
Oh shoot.
I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial.
If you were to tell me in Genshin that I would have to, like, defend child in court,
Mr.
I would never
Marcel,
believed it.
you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on.
He doesn't feel betrayed though, so it's kind of weird.
I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Why is he being so nice about it? But his face doesn't say that.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father?
But I thought the person that killed his father had to be the one that disappeared. But I guess we don't know if dissolving means you can't undissolve? I don't know.
Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun.
I wonder if it could change who we put on trial. That would be so interesting. But I don't think the game is that multiple option like. I think I misunderstood like why someone is the culprit. I thought the culprit was the one that dissolved. So how would they be alive unless dissolving doesn't mean death? You can just come back.
If that's enough to make me a suspect,
so does he have an alibi?
Wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Mm-hmm. You mean just you?
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
Thank you, Farina, for giving us what we needed. Time.
In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Wait, why is this
On
show
the day
them
of the
forcing
murder,
him?
Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabriere.
Mm-hmm.
During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarande in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries. These are the known facts about the case.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger.
So I am playing as Navia now, basically. Interesting.
In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene.
Oh, okay, so there's basically 4 people involved. But the third one is completely out the picture because they erased.
Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
True. And that's what we're gonna do. On the day, okay. Owned by the Conqueror Caribbean. Well, there's no loopholes. Okay, I don't think we need... That one is what happened, yes. Okay, during the banquet, while attending, heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. According to the investigation, Callus, who had a motive to kill, murdered Jacques, blah blah blah. Is this true? No. He didn't even have a gun, right? That's... He has information for that. Yeah, there you go. Wait, really?
Something's not right. Let me think for a little while longer. This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
Okay, first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. No. He was dissolved.
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice.
Therefore, the person who could do that was none other than Marcel.
Something's not right.
Never mind, not the right time to use it. Therefore, so going back to this, we can probably use her because as I was saying, the motive. Yeah.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility and had sent out another assassin.
There we go. Boom.
Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Ugh, the picture of that guy melting away is so unnerving, like, ugh. There's a lot of blonde-haired people in this picture that it's confusing me. I think they should have changed their hair colors. Someone admire the art, but I'm getting confused who's is who, because it's the first time seeing the faces of everyone here except for this guy.
Ah, so that's what happened.
Yeah.
Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
Is it really that hard to believe?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Yeah, after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Oh, I'm starting, like, did I choose the wrong person? No, I think he really does make the most sense.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Yeah, that's why you felt no reason to defend yourself and therefore just agree with it like you've been doing. But since you've been thinking about it too, you haven't really been helping, and why would you not help? And also, the other only close suspicious person is the guard that came to us, so he's kind of like in the clear now, meaning it's literally only you that could have done it.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine 2 things. 1, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
Oh, they're asking that now. It's gonna go back to us, isn't it?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home.
Maybe you should shut the fuck up and realize this is real life and not theater.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, The guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
I love how Child's just listening to all this like, this is very interesting stuff that I had no idea about, but somehow involved in.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Thank you. Also, can they explain why Child is a suspect? They didn't explain how he became one.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
She probably feels bad.
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively,
she knows that we're
she's become
capable.
more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
Oh, because I generally don't think her heart's coming from the wrong place, so I think that realizing she was basically wrong and almost sent an innocent person goes against her very morals and therefore doesn't want to do that again.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callis explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What? If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives.
Wow, Farina's really into this, which I am happy about.
Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retain the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
Yes. Man, also, I saw that shot they gave. Man, Neuvillette, I always forget how to say his name, something like that. He's definitely taking what she's saying, and he's gonna be feeling the guilt now.
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clorand.
I always get confused when they say Clorand, because there's no A. So, I thought it would be Chlorinde.
I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clorand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callis was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callis never intended to leave the ring alive.
Dang, even though you know him, still her to hear that out loud.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill Bolzjak and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
Dun dun dun!
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia.
Whoa.
It's one of your most endearing traits.
Man, you're so impulsive and sentimental. It's so endearing.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
Oh jeez, that 180. It turned like scary.
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
Maybe it's because you play a bigger part in it than we thought. You're not just a goon, but the mastermind. I don't know.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, I feel like you have something. You got it, Malus. I don't trust this guy. His attitude just went a 180. It scared me.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
She's digging deep in her reason, eh?
Seems like she got the wrong guy.
At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now?
Stop gaslighting her! Stop it! Oh my word.
He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings.
You are, my man, you are delivering this way too fluently for it to be natural. You came prepared.
Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
There seems to be some jealousy between this girl and the father. Like, maybe he wanted what she was given.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them.
Oof, ouch, yeah.
The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
Whoa, wait! Where'd she get that from?
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Ha, sure.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Hey! Watch her annihilate this guy. As well, since he's had a lot of things going for him, we're gonna need us to turn the tides. Tides, you get it. Ah! Whoa! Bro, I just became a dolphin. Oh my god, this is... Ah! Whee! Oh my god, that is so fun. Oh my word, I'm gonna go be a dolphin later off recording because it's fun, but I'm wasting time now. Party setup, it's fine. My traveler will be carried by the three here. Oh look, Tatagi is helping me prove his innocence.
Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
Hi. Give me them chests. What a pretty place though, dang. This evil lair would be something I would work for if it looked like this.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
Dang, it's so pretty. Oh my god, you know like back in other domains where you like see things underground, right? You're like, oh, dang it. If only I could swim under the water to reach that teleporter or that mechanic. Well, now you can! At least in Fontaine. Pew! Hey! Oh, that's so satisfying. Oh, swim animation's actually, like, not in a rude way, surprisingly done well, because I just... At first, like, I thought, I was like, it's gonna look so wonky in this game. Like, how are they gonna make it look cool with the mechanics they have now? But it actually looks really dope. Okay. Ooh. This is different for once. Normally you want it to go down the water, but now it's going up. That's Fontaine for you, everyone.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top.
Oh, the swimming is so
But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Okay, water fight. Let's go. Alright, let's go to the next sea level. Ayy.
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
So we were just fighting on the ground here. That's crazy. So, oh, I thought this is actually water. It's just glass. Huh. Such a cool looking place. I love it. Oh, kind of scary. Those two are just staring at me, standing there menacingly. All right, I don't even need like cryo. Child just beating them up on their own. Dang. Cool. Ominous, but pretty cool. Oh, that looks important.
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum.
Is this like is that the word primordial water? Like imagine like we could only swim here because we're not Fontaine.
Though as expected, the mastermind isn't here.
If I'm not mistaken, he's being charged by Navia as we speak.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia.
Yes, Paimon, that's what we're trying to do. So don't interject with the obvious. Okay. Alright. E. What's this?
What's all this?
That's why I asked.
Aw, it's a bunch of really cute things.
Huh?
Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
Are they... Is this like how they lure, like, young girls? It's kind of creepy. Or the young girls' belongings. Like, not that girls or anything that, like, wear pink things, but I'm guessing that Gate's gonna go on that stereotype. There's a name, too.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names?
They probably belong to the victims.
Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here? And then they were turned into water.
Oh gosh, that's so creepy and disgusting. Why young girls particular though? Like, I just want to know why that.
And all the boxes of things. These names. That means... Oh, this is terrible.
It's cruel. Alright. Well, we know this is their base, probably, at least, as we have that for evidence. But we don't have evidence against Marcel yet.
Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes.
Right.
Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
It's probably related to his and Jacques' case.
Yep, it's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it.
Oh, dang. Okay, so even if we don't know who it is, we can prove that at least there was definitely a third person.
This should prove
and Callus was innocent.
Of the third person, right?
Is there anything else? Why do I have to ask her? Can I not look?
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand.
So that proves Navia's statement, at least.
He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely. I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia.
It's kind of strange, like, how they write. Like, I don't think anyone writes like this in a book if it's, like, information, not a journal. Personal journal, diary.
Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
They planned this well in advance.
They're all just so evil.
Alright, got that down. Oh, this is the primordial water. Ugh, scary. Don't touch it.
There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water.
Important-looking basin. That must be the water from the primordial sea. Like, how they get it? Is it just always sitting here on its own, and they just built a base around it?
That means this is where they make all the synth, and that special water is the main ingredient. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth, but the pure stuff can dissolve a human.
Huh.
Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
Thanks. I don't know why I found it funny the way she said that.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. So I had a feeling they were trying to do more than just dissolve people. Like, they want to figure out how to go around that, but they realized they can also use it as a weapon. That's kind of what I was thinking in the start, but this confirms it. Oh, calm down, Paimon. I know it's terrible, but we gotta stick through.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before.
Honestly, that's facts. Like, that is, like, too realistically scary.
How can someone write
I know.
You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
Alright, the goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called Virginia, who was dissolved. Is that the the Oceanid? Or Oceanid? Or however they said it.
So
it's a
that's why
Vasher.
you did all of these experiments.
Wait, is Vasher the bad guy?
Wait,
no way.
Did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
He probably tried another method and it just didn't work. There's another name here, Vasher.
Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
No, he is the researcher. Oh gosh,
You mean
I
Vasher
feel like
is the one who did all
after
of these
reading that.
experiments?
Yeah, he signed off a bunch of experiment reports. The voice I heard from the fountain was probably Virginia. Yeah, and she even said to not keep looking for her, and he's done all this for her.
So that's
Dang.
it. Vasher was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either.
No.
If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
Yeah, it was probably like an accident or something, and then he wants to get it back, or something like that. There must be more to this than meets the eye.
In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
I probably should have done that bit last, because I feel like that's like the most important information we got.
Whoa. There's so much synth here, and so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea.
Should we take one just in case, or would that make us look like the bad guy if we get caught somehow? There's so many.
Mixing in progress, ready to drink, stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled. Whoa, there's even fruit-flavored synth?
Don't drink it, Paimon. Well, that definitely proves that this is where they produce synth.
Yep, it's super obvious. We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on, but...
Who really is this Vasher?
Yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Nervalette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
Clever. But maybe not clever enough. Let's look again.
Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Let's go! So we have to go with something to prove something against Marcel at the moment, especially. At least, you know? But this can claim this guy exists, and if Marcel is caught lying that he doesn't know him, that'll make him a suspect enough to carry on the investigation. I probably should have said all that after, like, blowing my nose, but it's like, fine, whatever. Yeah. Maybe that guy's not even called Marcel, but Vasher. Oh, he probably just knows him. I feel like, at the same time, he could... Actually, Marcel could be of the right age of someone who would be Marcel. And Vasher, I don't know why, it just sounds like someone who would come from Snezhnaya. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, okay, so I actually did want me to go over it again.
You take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything carefully. We'll find something for sure.
Alright, let's do it. The duo.
Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
Paimon, I found it.
Whoa, really? Let Paimon see.
Yeah, I want to see too. What do you find?
Vinier. Isn't that Vasher's lover's name?
Vinier. Oh, did I say Virginia? How did I get Virginia? I honestly was not reading that name properly. I'm still keeping that in.
Found her diary. Let's see. Aw, it's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet too. Oh, Paimon feels even worse for her now.
Take a look at this page. She made a list of baby names. Interesting. I don't know how this helps. Is one of them Vasher? Is that maybe why? Ooh, circled.
So many! A whole page's worth! But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was Marcel.
Why did I not think of that in advance? Oh my word.
But Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vacher and Venier's grown son?
Oh, so he's not even the lover. Dang. That even took me another moment to realize. I was just thinking he changed his name. I figured it out. Let's go, Paimon. I totally figured it out all on my own. Not Traveler. Yeah, Paimon and I were on the same page there, but I'm cluing in now. I'm getting it now. Oh my word. Do we have to take like pictures with our Fontaine camera we so conveniently got back in Leeway? You know? It'll be good, like, you know, Easter egg to like or call back for it.
Image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Vacher, there you go, that's a better proper way of saying it.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Sure.
I was waiting for you to say that.
How does she know that, though?
Navia! We're back!
Okay. What a way to introduce ourselves.
I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Yeah, it's my style.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
Sorry.
It's all right, Monsieur Nervalette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
You say you've never heard of Vacher? Did I say that correct again? I keep forgetting. How about this baby book? Okay, is that the first thing we introduced though? Wait, the serial disappearance of the young woman case record. Which evidence reveals the true identity of Vacher? This one. But do we maybe say the story first? I don't know. I guess here.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vacher.
Haha.
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything. After your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you.
Okay, so he did change his name, so I wasn't being dumb.
You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vacher.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
Dang, she's like really on our side now. The switch up.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you.
Oh, get burned.
So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Mm-hmm. Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Yeah, this guy is pretty determined too, I gotta say, but still.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this?
Doesn't matter what you want, you did it.
Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes?
I know that's terrible, but you can't just do that to other young, innocent women. Okay, also... Oh my god, I just pieced together. No wonder why he chose specifically young women. Because of his lover. Oh my god.
No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me.
Ah, so this guy's been turned bad because of this current laws and how it runs and stuff.
They said there's
System.
no way a human being can turn into water. so I must have gone mad from grief. Vignier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever.
Oh, jeez.
You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people.
I mean, to be fair, he does have a point, but he still caused so much harm to innocent people, and that's not right. So still fuck him. But to be fair, maybe this is the evil that this nation needs to wake up from their system.
Vignier is
so-called
dead.
Justice system.
We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow. But I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't be dissolved. No matter what I do.
Oh dang, yeah, because he's from Shnesnaya. Whoa, what did you just do?
Is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve.
Oh.
Can't dissolve. Can't dissolve.
Oh dang.
Do you all see? I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that. And in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
Ooh, yeah, that must be rough, buddy, but too bad.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Oh, that's not gonna be that easy, is it?
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me. I still need to save Vignier. I promise. We made a promise.
Can the traveler interrupt him and tell that we saw her and she wanted to tell him that he wanted to stop looking for her and live on his life?
Vignier! Please, Vignier! Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Bro, he's just crossing his legs and completely ignore the mental distress of this man.
Fine
so
by
funny.
Me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
I mean, didn't you say always in a bad mood because of this power?
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
Dang. Wait, it's just like that?
The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vignier.
Oh, man. I mean, could we not, tell him what she said? I feel like that would bring a lot of peace to him. Not that I really think that he deserves it after what he's done, but I can understand where he's come from because of all of that. But, imagine if I had, a sister, daughter, friend, or just me being dissolved because of someone else's pain, you're not gonna think like that.
During an underwater expedition, Vignier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result.
Dang.
Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignier back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula.
See there, that's also another thing. He didn't just dissolve people, but he, made drugs that ruined people's lives, man.
After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vashey's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
It's not gonna be that easy. Come on, like, it's only Act 2. He's gonna either escape or have some other problem.
The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vashey.
Bro, like, imagine it's like saying the verdict doesn't go against him. What are they gonna do? I feel like that's something that's gonna happen. He must have a plan.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vashey is...
Yeah, it is gonna be not against him.
Guilty.
Wait, really? Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna say not guilty, and that was gonna be the error.
Guards! Take Vashey away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
Yippee! We helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice! He's
Something's
hurt so many
off, though.
innocent people, and now he's finally getting what he deserves!
But as much as he deserves to, like, be rot away in jail, we should learn a lesson from this on how the system created this monster.
Huh? Are you okay?
Navia? Man, this would be an emotional moment for her all these years.
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
You did it.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending.
Thank you, child, for summing that up.
Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
You shouldn't say that in, like, court. You sound so suspicious.
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
What now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Oh, something's gonna happen. What I said was gonna happen to Marcel is gonna, well, you know, Vashey it's gonna happen to Child. It's gonna say he's guilty for some reason. Well, probably because he is for other things, just not this.
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Matt, when
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case.
Something's gonna go wrong. Also, him being in this lighting really shows you how freaking, like, dark his eyes are. He's got, like, no light in his eyes, probably from falling in the abyss, but, like, dang. It's very apparent now.
The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
Uh-oh.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
I knew it! Oh gosh.
What?
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
Yeah.
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
Child has been declared guilty by the I never know how to say that. Even though they just say it, I forget how to say it. Just what's going on here?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict. Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
He's gonna be like, nope! Duel! I demand a duel! Bro, what the frick? Oh, shoot. Oh no, cutscene means he's not gonna do that. Oh, let's go!
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Oh, he's always got such cool transitions! Yeah, too fast for him. It's too fast for them, man. Hey, let's go! I mean, he's actually innocent here, so I'm gonna root for him. Don't hurt yourself with the delusion, though. Oh no. Oh gosh, I never thought we were gonna see this in so long. Something's gonna go wrong though. Oh my god.
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Did you say this guy literally just slammed him to the ground? This is Todd Tagler we're talking about. Oh, jeez. Okay, we didn't go down without being cut, but... What? What just happened?
Hey, Monsieur Nouvelette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court.
I guess, like, it makes sense just to, like, investigate it so long before letting him leave, but, you know, it's kind of, like, also unfair.
All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
If even the Chief Justice doesn't know, then we have no choice but to ask the Archon herself.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it! I don't know what happened there either! Hey, stop staring at me!
Oh, dang.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either? But that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Well, things happen.
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
Okay, these people have some sense.
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap?
Gosh, Farina, don't do this because of your pride. You're gonna just dig yourself a deeper hole.
Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement. And, of course, for every performance there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment!
Well, there goes the hope that she will help us with this.
If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable! All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict.
Oh no. Oh no. You know, you think after accidentally accusing Linny, she would not want to do the same mistake, but I guess that she almost developed that, but then since her own invention is wrong, she just cannot accept that fact, and she's just not there yet.
Now,
because of it.
Having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
Okay, we've been doing nothing but sidelining. Okay, main actress. But don't tell me it's gonna end here, because this would be actually perfect, like how they made her monologue end with the chapter. But I swear if they do it!
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
He seems to know her pretty well.
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
Way to pull the rug out from under her.
However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
Alright. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
Yeah, that'll be our coping mechanism for now. But to be fair, I mean, Paimon's not wrong, but you know, this is not the actual sin that he should deal with. Just something else.
Monsieur Nervalet, that power you showed when you took him down. Who are you really?
I'm the Chief Justice of Fontaine, of course. If officers of the law lack the strength and capability to enforce it, then it makes a mockery of justice.
Well, at least he's got that down. I want to make sure I'm saying his name correct. Paimon, can you say it again?
Oh, Monsieur Nervalet.
Nervalet. Monsieur Nervalet. Also, I know this is super random, but like, I really, since no one knows who Scaramouche is anymore, imagine him and Child like having an event together. And it's funny because they used to be like, you know, partners, like when they used to work for the same organization, but then they just working together without Child knowing who he is. That'd be pretty funny. Oh, hey Marcel, why are you only being walked out now?
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Oh, you just want to talk to us.
Hey, Traveler!
Okay, hi.
Marcel, what are you doing over here?
Bro, for like the nation of justice, that was way too easy for him to escape if we weren't here.
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list!
To be fair, I don't think he's resisting. I think he just wants to tell us something.
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vacher?
Do we finally get to tell him?
I erased all records of that name. So, unless...
Well...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Yes. I met her.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it?
It was around the Fontaine of Lucine. Something to do with my sensitivity to the Hydra element.
The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never... Please, please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
That is kind of like true of Paimon. I mean, as much as I understand where he's coming from, like, I feel like his punishment for what he did after that should be that he doesn't get what he wants. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, I feel like that's a good enough punishment. Because, like, again, it does not justify what he did to other people. You know, a lot of people suffer from things, but you let it lead you down a wrong path, you know?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs?
And this guy's learning.
Very well. I will grant your request.
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bro, so you can arrest child who's been obviously wronged and the thing is obviously wrong, but you can allow the serial killer to get what he wants? Why now are you choosing to bend a bit? But to be fair, I do understand, so it's like, I'm very like 50-50. So I'm not like one way or the other. But I like that this game is actually becoming more like conflicting, like Honkai Star Rail. It's not just, you know, good this and good that and everything's black and white and simple. Cause like, the journey is always black and white, but the ending is never black and white, if you know what I'm saying? Which is sometimes needed in a story when it goes on for like, well, how long is it Genshin been out now? 3-4 years? Not that I always want that, but I feel like it's nothing wrong if it takes that direction sometimes, you know? These two are still here. Oh my word. I just really want that wish to come true. Oh, now it's nighttime.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Back then, I drank the water from the primordial sea. It heightened my sensitivity to the hydro elements.
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well?
Vache.
Oops. Oh.
Ah!
Yes, that's it. So you heard it too.
Vinier, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Vache? Vache?
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Vinier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey, wait!
Whoa, is something gonna happen? What? He's just walking.
Vinier, is that you? It's me, Vache! Vinier!
Vache? Why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me.
I don't think he heard you when you said that.
You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me.
Ooh, maybe this confrontation is his punishment.
I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vinier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
Oh my, wait, the way he said that, his voice is so familiar, but I'll think about that later.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
Oh!
What are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day.
Oh.
If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks.
I did not expect this anger.
It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
Oh!
You... Wait, you are not Venier. Who are you?
Wait, what? Or was he just in denial?
You're right. I am not Venier. I am the sacrifices.
Ho 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 ho!
Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals, but we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea.
Oh my word. So
I'm
eerie.
Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine.
But cool, because he kind of deserves this confrontation.
The only one I am not is Venier.
Oh, dang!
Why? But then, where is Venier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you.
Ooh, does she know what he's been doing? After maybe these people entered the consciousness?
This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her.
Man, this is getting dark.
But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became?
Yeah, this is what he needed to hear, man. Yeah, freak you.
You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist. The only thing you are not is Venier's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Venier's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
Oh, that was my theory. I literally just said they gave the answer. Oh my god, this is so good. It looks like I didn't meet Venier back then either. They must have wanted to. They must have wanted me to lure Marcel here from. Fuck! I can't even speak. I'm so flabbergasted. They must have wanted me to lure Marcel here from the very beginning. Yo, these women are smart. Dang. Also, I like how she's just spectating this, just casually.
No! Yeah! She can't hate me. Let me see her. Please! Have mercy!
This is literally just pure tragedy.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Venier. She really doesn't want to see you anymore. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Ho ho ho! Oh my word!
Vache. Vache? Vache. Vache. Vache.
Ah.
Vache.
Oh my word!
Drown.
Oh! Dang it! They're gonna go this dark in Genshin? In Genshin Impact? Our Genshin Impact? Dang. That is very... I mean, that is the true justice served. And your selfishness was your demise. Yeah, and as I said, like, I understand where he's coming from, but he doesn't deserve that, you know, peace. That sounds like 50-50 bringing here.
Do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Shopping is stressful in its own way, though. My legs are killing me.
Ah, well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Why is it raining, though?
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
I don't know why, he just makes me so happy and laugh. I don't know why. He just has to speak. Oh my word.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't... they're just standing in the rain like it's nothing.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the courts in Sen. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come. This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
Aww.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago.
The things turned out well as they could have.
Oh,
so that's
by the way,
a bit suspicious.
I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service. Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too?
Oh yeah.
The Charlotte?
She would be questioning her.
From the Steambird?
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me. Wouldn't take no for an answer. I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose. To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since.
Okay, good.
She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Oh yeah, she told us about that. She's always been super interested in that case, so now her wish has finally come true too.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Hey, thanks, Navia. And Charlotte.
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for sure.
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clarand out for a meal.
Oh, are you two on better terms now?
While you were investigating Vashey's headquarters, Clarand gave testimony on my father's behalf.
Also, I like how I kept saying Vasher instead of Vashey, even though that name is like been said like a million times in this quest.
It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time, so we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
That's good.
Oh, that's great.
Very mature.
Paimon also thought Clarand wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good to have more friends.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness. Oh, actually, there's still one last thing I need to do.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave, and tell him the truth of what happened, as well as how it all ended. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him, to this day. That includes me, too.
Oh.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
Can I come too? I mean, is that appropriate to ask? But yeah, can I come, I guess?
We want to go too! We also think Callus is a really admirable person.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
I thought this would be a more personal thing she needs to do since she did a memorial with like, with everyone. You think she would need like a moment for herself? I don't know.
And in that case, everyone,
Figure out the
let's
travel
be
or
off.
whatever.
Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dark.
Yeah, you're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
Farina mad. yeah, what's to come next? Okay, obviously it's gonna, like, the next point is gonna be what's happening with, you know, Tartagna's case, but still, I wonder what more is gonna happen. Like, any clear direction or what's gonna happen after this. Because it's not gonna end here. I mean, it's gonna end here, but, like, it's not gonna end here, if you know what I mean. There's more to come. As it normally happens in Genshin.
This is where my father's grave is. To be perfectly honest, even I haven't been back here for a long time.
Huh? There's someone there already. Wait. That figure. It can't be.
Huh?
Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here?
That figure.
Huh? Navia?
That figure. Is that the chief? Like, I would have told him immediately, just by it. Like, it's so easy. Tell it to him.
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown. But still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Nervalette.
Yeah.
In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway?
Dang, he's coming to this philosophy, finally. Or this question.
There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel.
Oh.
I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice.
Man, I was wondering how they were gonna not tie up, but like develop Nervalette's character. And this is like a very good growth and development. They, like, the choice they went with is really
A
good.
justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver, one of my guys.
Wait, Silva Nebulette? I couldn't make that comparison, to be honest, but okay. Also, subtext, don't need to spill it out. Say it out.
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
Also, she has the right still to be mad at him. It's just more that it's good that they put it behind them now.
Ah, so Navia and Nervalette seem to have made their peace as well. Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done.
Yeah. We shouldn't stand here, like, you know, menacingly watching them either. Just, you know, go and a little bit off and have our own chat.
Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude there?
No. Honestly, like, her... like, not innocence, but like, you know, just, she's kind of relatable in this sense, I feel. Well, at least how I do that. I'm like, when I don't know something, I always ask, like, do I do that right? I know it's not the way to go things, but yeah, I just relate to that. Anyway, well, you're not usually supposed to fly around someone's grave.
Huh? Oh, Paimon didn't know that was a thing. but Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly.
We're only teasing.
Oh no. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too mad.
Wow, she took it seriously.
Anyway, Nervalette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit?
I mean,
we can't talk to Lady Farina. We can at least talk to him, right?
Like, I mean, we have actually caught him alone a few times. I don't know what you're saying, but or with Navia, but still. Anyway, I think we should leave them, like, be with their feelings. But I feel like, I guess we're given enough time. It's like now dawn, so or is this dusk?
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
Mm-hmm. We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
That sounds so funny when you put it like that.
I see, I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the primordial sea, but what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
That makes sense.
Huh. So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial then.
Yeah, and it makes sense, like how the Fontaine people are connected to it.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Oh yeah, we can show you where that is. Or at least some of it.
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Nervalette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
Yeah, good question.
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead?
It's not devouring life, you're just returning to the primordial sea. Because don't some people see it that way, right?
To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
About the prophecy that has been circulating around Fontaine.
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good.
Yes, that one. Love how he says Farina. It's like as he's talking about his when you talk about a bestie and he kind of like being like, and you're making kind of fun of them.
Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
Yeah.
That's right! It was Linny that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
Yeah. Totally didn't know this from, like, you know, other stuff that the game has hinted at.
2 parts of the prophecy
And
have
theories
already
online.
proven correct. The rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose. If the rumors
I
were
know lots
true,
about Farina.
then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
Oh, I thought it was caused by Farina, but it was caused by the other Archon. She has to, you know, deal with that mess.
But with Farina being the way she is,
I don't know.
can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
He just completely ignored her question. About child.
My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion. However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it.
Interesting.
Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness.
So it's like its own bias that child's guilty.
Which is all to say, I have been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
Well, you said that this never happened and you need some time. But I guess I get what you're saying.
Huh. So when Lenny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate.
Yeah, you gotta clue us in later.
In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on.
Yeah.
She managed to bluff her way through it, though, with her time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede.
Yeah, I still can't believe you just knocked him out like that. Like, this is child we're talking about. I know we beat him up in dailies, but it's not really totally lore accurate. Though at the same time, Traveler could beat him. So we know that we're a match for him, but dang, where did he get that move from? I guess it was a surprise attack?
If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
Okay. Like, I do believe this guy's capable, but like, dang, like, I didn't expect it. This is just a one-shot, though.
If you ask Paimon,
That's
the only
anime for you.
compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Yeah, probably.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Yeah, he's probably like, I need a rematch. He's like, this whole time I was dueling the dual champion, but I should really been off the Neuvillette. Child maybe did gain some info that is useful to him after this. Anyway, about my sibling.
Your sibling?
Yeah.
Another blonde-haired traveler. I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description.
Yeah, I guess that much.
If he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epicles.
I guess we're not so alike then, King.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Yeah, I thought that'd just be 2 lines. Nothing more. I have no more questions.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. I very much enjoyed conversing with you.
Yeah.
It will soon be time for
Same.
me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memoria.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
Evil never rests, as they say.
All right. You've got a point. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Maybe they should make it stop for a while so it doesn't flood more. But at the same time, you know, they obviously need water. Oh, what a cool shot to end it off on. And a question in a way. Dang, that was so good! Ah! Okay. Just to summarize my thoughts since we're officially done. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Fontaine has definitely delivered. And I do think a huge contribution to this feeling, though, is me going into this as blind as I could. I honestly think I'm gonna continue doing this for the rest of the nations and chapters and stuff. Maybe not for like story quest trailers and general updates, but for like the Archon Quest, I think I'm gonna go in blind because that was honestly even more delightful to not have any idea except for tiny bits of things you couldn't avoid on the internet, like in my face, you know. It really made the experience better. Anyway, they finally have done what I've been wanting, where they are finally not holding back and are allowing themselves to go a bit darker instead of appealing to the kid audience all the time. Well, not that it's a bad thing, because, you know, how the game started, like, and what it is why we fell in love with it, but I do think it was, like, a time for it to change a bit, and I'm not one of those people who are like, we need blood and darkness and change the story to be more serious. Like, I sometimes think that is not necessary for a story, but for Genshin, I think it was necessary for them to, especially what kind of lore they've created for themselves, I think it was necessary for them to go a bit deeper and darker, since from the start they've been telling very dark stories, but they've been holding back of actually showing that to the audience and hide it within texts and artifacts and stories, and the theorists are the only ones are the reason why we actually hear about that stuff. But anyway, Sumeru was good, and Fontaine is following strong. Like, I am so happy how much they improved and finally doing what I've been wanting, which is playing higher stakes, higher risks, not going dark where people have to die. I mean, people did die, but I'm saying that everything felt more like at high risk. You actually were really immersed into the story because of that, I think, because of the risk and the deepness of it, and not feeling the sense of security that it kind of gives you before, you know? Cool stories are just sometimes just cool, you know? But this is deep, and that's what I like. So I hope they continue strong with this. I'm super excited to see where the whole thing with Tartaglia is going. He's always a delight to have in Genshin. I know a lot of people are very 50-50 on him, but I don't care. I like Child. Do I think he's a innocent person? No. Do I think that he's not just black and white? Yeah. So that's my defense. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm very grateful if you watched this far. And I hope you stick around for the next one. If not, I hope you've enjoyed what you've watched so far. See you in the next one. Goodbye.